Hello, my name is Steve M. Nash and I'm the editor of selfhelpcollective.com, and today I want to talk about the very interesting subject of fear of intimacy. I have some thoughts from Dr. Nick Ariza that I'm going to share with you, and then I'm going to share my thoughts, and I might even read a poem that I actually believe sums up what the boiler's gone off, what intimacy is all about, actually. But this is a very special message, okay, as you'll find out in a moment. But let me just share what Dr. Nick Ariza says. He talks about the depressing symptoms of the fear of emotional intimacy. If this deepest fear is not faced, i.e. lower self-confidence, feeling like a failure, feeling hopeless and depressed. Not very nice feelings at all. And when I read Dr. Nick Ariza's article, unfortunately I actually felt he was talking to me, which was uncomfortable at times, but useful to know. So Dr. Ariza believes that this fear inevitably leads to self-sabotage, which I guess if you think about it, in terms of relationships, people don't want to sort of be intimate, really intimate with another person, and so they'll find one way or another to sort of make the relationship less. Either find fault with the other person or get the other person to find fault with them. Now, I never really thought I suffered from fear of intimacy. But it is an invisible fear. And it's an easy one to believe that other people suffer from and you don't. Now, when I was updating my website to talk about this subject, I got a couple of great videos. And one of the videos on YouTube was talking about the concept of into me, see. Into me, see. Allowing somebody to see into me. Now that is a great way to think of fear of intimacy, because why would you let anybody see into you? Really deeply into you. Okay, let me share with you a poem. It's called The Invitation by Oriya Mountain Dreamer. Now, this sounds to me like this poem is about getting to know who you really are. Oriya Mountain Dreamer wrote this poem when she got frustrated with meeting people in parties, you know, casual people that she doesn't really know very well, and they would ask her what she did. And she didn't want to say the usual boring, I do this, I do that, define herself in a really sort of narrow way. And because of that experience, which tipped her over the edge, I guess, she was inspired to write this poem. Now, when you hear this poem, and this poem is for you, by the way, when you hear this poem, think about it in terms of intimacy. Now, please excuse me, I haven't memorised the poem, so I'll have to read it and then look up. Read, look up, okay? It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the centre of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it, or fade it, or fix it. I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, without moving to... I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness, and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you're telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another, to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the full moon, yes! It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, to do what needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you are, who you know, or how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the centre of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. That is such a magnificent poem by Uriah Mountain Dreamer, and it's called The Invitation. I want to know if you can see beauty even when it is not pretty. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. I can see beauty even when it is not pretty. I can disappoint another to be true to myself. I have done this very recently. Somebody very close to me that I loved, that I just couldn't be with in the way that she wanted me to be. And I couldn't possibly have disappointed her any more than I did. And it was hard. But I had to be true to myself. And I'm being true to myself now because I've recorded this video for one person and one person only. For me, naturally. But actually, I've recorded this video for somebody called Ruth W. Hello, Ruth. Because I understand about fear of intimacy, Ruth. I understand about letting somebody in only so far. It becomes a default. You get hurt by relationships, by your sibling relationships, by life. It just knocks you about and you just give less. I understand this. And I want to tell you right now that I value our relationship greatly. And I vow to open up to you every day, every moment of every day, as much as I possibly can. To let you see into me. To see the beauty and the ugliness. And I trust you'll receive both with love. I want to bare my soul to you as much as I can. I want to give you who I am. I don't want to dedicate myself to you. I just want to be in relationship with you as much and fully as I possibly can, in a way that inspires you to open yourself to me, so that we can be part of some inspiring relationship, that we become something greater than just the two of us, so that we can enjoy magical moments like the end of Saturday night, where we tussled over an ice cube between our teeth. so we can have a jaunt in our step, so we can feel the other nearby, even though they may be many miles away, so we can love fully. That is what I want from our relationship. I will go first. I will always go first. I will let you see into me as much as I can every day. That is how I'm going to deal with my fear of intimacy. That is my commitment to myself, to my own growth, to me, to you, and to our relationship, Ruth. And I hope I didn't surprise you by pretending that this video was for other people, because this is just a video for you, private showing. No one else will see this unless you show them, but I will not show this video to anybody else. This is just a video for you to watch whenever you feel that you need to hear my words, hear my love for you. I love you. And I want that love to keep on growing, moment by moment. And one way of my achieving that is to open myself up to you. When I'm frightened, when I'm anxious, I'm still going to step towards the light. I have a big light in front of me. Step towards the light, towards you, towards us, towards more intimacy. I hope that feels good to you. Ruth W. There'll be a couple of quotes, a little bit of wacky music, and then that'll be the video over. And you can, I don't know, send me a text message or email me or just smile to yourself. And when you watch this for the second time, I hope you will listen to the invitation again and understand those words. Because this is who I want to be in my life, and I believe this is who you want to be. I know you want to get out of bed for a reason. The invitation shows you how to do that. And this is my invitation to you, to come nearer to me, for us to grow as individuals and as a couple. Now, I am really waffling. What do you think to the... Not bad haircuts there? Anyway, I love you, Ruth W.